Now, local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello and thanks for joining us on newslinkindiana.com for this Thursday, December 8th, 2005. I'm Sean O'Keefe. With the major winter storm predicted, city officials start a process designed to keep the public safe. Newslink Indiana's Aaron Walker shows us how one city prepared.
With heavy snow warnings posted across the state, the city of Anderson is ready.
We start our snow preparation in September. We start ordering our new blades. We get our salt contracts in line.
The City Emergency Center is up and running. The center can communicate with people across the country to get the most up-to-date weather information.
This morning, come in here, I made contact with a fella in Illinois, which is the controller for that net. And then we listen for other people who check in Minnesota and Kentucky and Ohio and all different places.
The first snowflakes have yet to fall, but the city of Anderson's been getting ready for hours.
Some of these guys have been here since 7:30 this morning.
They'll put in long hours to keep the roads clear through rush hour and overnight.
Right now, the minimum, probably midnight, 1 o'clock this morning.
The way you can help? Keep off the road and let the crews do their job. In Anderson, Aaron Walker, Newslink, Indiana.
And Newslink Indiana forecaster Joe Thomas joins us now with an update on the severe weather situation. Joe, we've been seeing some cold temperatures over these past couple of days, and now this afternoon it started snowing with a vengeance. Can we expect more of this over the next couple of days?
The cold temperatures were just a precursor of what was to come. That heavy snow finally started to fall this afternoon with the storm that we've been predicting for the past few days. Finally, in mid-afternoon, the snow started to fall, and it did not waste any time becoming heavy. As you can see, these conditions are going to continue throughout the overnight tonight. We have a heavy snow warning until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Snow advisory to the northern counties, but most of Indiana will reach up to about 4 to 5 inches of accumulation throughout the overnight tonight. Heavy snow advisory started yesterday. The snow actually started at 3:45 p.m. today. It will be heavy throughout this evening. We're expecting up to 6 inches, but the story is that these winds will pick up and the snow will start to blow. So we're going to expect cold and windy conditions and making those roads very treacherous throughout the overnight tonight. Lows tonight in our area, Muncie at 15 degrees tonight, Indianapolis at 14. Look in Illinois, the drastic temperature changes in Illinois throughout the overnight tonight because those skies will be clearing and the snow will be moving out. Luckily, we will stay in the mid-teens here in central Indiana. The reason for this snowstorm that's moving through is a low pressure system right over Illinois and Indiana right now with an occluded front and a cold front attached to it. It will be moving through our area right over Indiana tonight, bringing us the heaviest part of this storm. Behind it, you can see the high pressure system will be moving in tomorrow and into tomorrow evening, bringing us some very much better conditions with partly cloudy in the afternoon tomorrow. High temperatures tomorrow, pretty decent for this time of year. A high of 22 in Muncie and Indianapolis and Lafayette, pretty average throughout the area. Bloomington will reach 30, Evansville will reach 30. Evansville will reach 30 tomorrow as well. So heavy snow tonight. We're under that winter weather advisory until about 4 a.m. tomorrow. Those winds are what we are going to watch after the snow finishes falling. A low of 15 degrees. Winds out of the east from 11 to 20 miles an hour throughout the overnight tonight, blowing right over those roads. Scattered snow when we wake up tomorrow morning. Eventually those clouds will move out of the area, we will see the sun tomorrow afternoon with partly cloudy conditions, a high of 22 degrees. Winds out of the west, southwest from 8 to 15 miles an hour. So the winds aren't going to be letting up at all tomorrow. Our main concern tomorrow morning, obviously the roads. Take caution when going out in the morning. The roads may not be completely plowed as we start off the day tomorrow. The winds will continue. Like I said, blowing snow will be our main concern throughout the highways and in the interstates, especially in clear areas. Now the next question is, are we in the clear for this storm? Actually, we have some precipitation in the forecast for Saturday night and into Sunday. So we will be keeping an eye on this system too. It doesn't look near as bad as what we've seen tonight, but keep an eye on your weather.
All right, well, sounds good. And obviously those looking to travel or at least do anything outdoors tomorrow on the roads need to be extremely careful.
Extra caution, definitely.
All right, thank you, Joe. Indiana House Representative Tiny Adams has passed away, but not without leaving a lasting mark on the Delaware County community. Newslink Indiana's Amanda Decker shows us how he's being remembered.
Flags were lowered to half-staff today in honor of Rolla Adams, better known as Tiny to most.
I mean, almost everybody you meet, you don't say, oh, I've made Tiny's acquaintance, you're Tiny's friend, and he really made you feel that way. So he really connected on the most basic level with each individual he had contact with.
Tiny spent years strengthening the bond between his community and the charitable organizations he supported.
He was very involved in the leadership of the American Red Cross chapter.
But Tiny Adams didn't only serve his community in politics. He also served almost 30 years in the Muncie Fire Department.
Tiny was always a very good firefighter, cared about the firemen. That's one of the reasons he got involved in our union, got so involved in the Firefighters Toys for Tots program, and took that to the level that it is today.
Delaware County Democratic Party Chair Dennis Tyler says he will always remember Tiny as a jokester and a loyal politician who worked hard to help the less fortunate.
He's just got a heart of gold, big heart, and he was really for the people.
People who will always remember Tiny for his service and dedication to his community. In Muncie, Amanda Decker, Newslink, Indiana.
Adams' funeral will take place Tuesday at 1 p.m. at the United Auto Workers Local 287 Union Hall in Muncie. Burial will follow the service at Beech Grove Cemetery. Tavern owners are getting lit over a ban that could butt out smoking in Delaware County bars. An open forum on Wednesday night brought several business owners to Muncie Central High School. That's where county commissioners heard from both sides of a possible smoking ban. The ordinance won't even be voted on until sometime in March. That's a breath of fresh air for bar owners who say their businesses are at stake.
I would say we'd lose another 25% when this goes in, if it goes in. And I don't feel like that I have the investment. I have 32 years of work in this business. I don't feel like they have the right to come in and tell me how to run my business.
To date, Morgan County is the only county in Indiana to impose such a smoking ban. Ball State's new athletic director has already started to work on his new job even before he's officially on the clock. Tom Collins toured campus facilities yesterday for the first time and plans to meet with coaches and staff later today. Collins comes to Ball State from Arizona State University, where he was the senior associate athletic director. Collins says he's excited about coming to Ball State and learning about the program's needs.
I need to soak up the culture here and then figure out and lay down the vision and the priorities and then get after them and start knocking them down one at a time.
Collins begins his duties as athletic director on January 9th. Santa's making his list, so you better get your request in soon. If you don't know the address, you can visit the Pendleton Post Office. Newslink Indiana's Holly Samuels shows us how to contact jolly old Saint Nick.
The lines are growing at the post office.
This is a special time of year in the Postal Service. It's our busiest time.
But children are waiting for something else, Santa's presents. And the Pendleton Post Office has a direct line to the jolly old man.
Great time approaching the box, dropping it in, and knowing their letter is going to go to Santa Claus.
All you have to do to send a letter to Santa is address it to Santa, North Pole, like Grace and Owen did here, and stick it in the mailbox.
Little Isaiah has one thing on his mind this Christmas.
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yeah.
4-year-old JC didn't send a wish list. She wanted to know what kind of cookies Santa wants. What kind of cookies do you think he likes? Chocolate chip? The post office guarantees that Santa will get the Christmas wishes, but
Santa has authorized the Pendleton Post Office to release those letters to the local newspaper, the Pendleton Times, and the Pendleton Times, with permission of Santa, reprints those letters in our local newspaper.
But Postmaster Ed Carter still guarantees the messages will find their way to a certain cottage at the North Pole. In Pendleton, Holly Samuels, Newslink, Indiana.
And the post office will collect those letters to Santa throughout the holiday season. And Newslink Indiana forecaster Joe Thomas with us once again. An update on this severe weather situation. We've got a lot of snow on the ground already, and it looks like it's going to stick with us for at least a little while.
We have a lot of snow falling in a short time, so as you can see throughout the overnight, we are expecting up to 6 inches before this storm completely moves through. It could be less, it could be more than that, but around 6 inches is the story. Those conditions will continue into tomorrow morning, finally lingering off to partly cloudy conditions for Friday and Saturday. And then we have another system moving in Saturday night and into Sunday morning that will bring us some more snow, as you can see in this 5-day forecast. Highs are going to remain in the upper 20s this weekend and lower 30s into next week. So we're expecting a beautiful start to next week as soon as we get out of this rough, heavy snow tonight, and that possibility for snow again Saturday evening into Sunday morning. So keep an eye on that. Otherwise, a pretty decent weekend ahead of us.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Joe. And that is Newslink Indiana. For Joe Thomas, I'm Sean O'Keefe. Be sure to tune in to newslinkindiana.com 24 hours a day for up-to-date local news about local people.